Evelyn to Philip, October 18th, 1944. Dearest Phil, I haven't sufficient time to type a complete letter, but I'm getting off to an early start at the office. Mr. Bell had finally received those strollers I told you about, and they are beauties, except for one thing. The backs and seats under the leather padding are very skimpy wood slats. Naturally, they will never take hard wear, and good wear comes before beauty when buying a carriage. This particular carriage is padded with an aqua-colored leather that is very attractive. I'm disappointed because I don't think he'll get any more for a while. I think I'll get one retail and hang the expense. There is still no mail from me. Your last letter was dated October 1st, and so I'm anxiously awaiting a letter or something. We did have a card from Harry saying that he received a letter from you that it was almost impossible to make contact. Enclosed are 3 snaps made last month. I was supposed to take snaps with Seymour that afternoon when he was in, but we never did get around to it. I'm wearing my new sports coat in these. I like the snap of Adele saluting her daddy the best. I like me best in the snap where Adele is sitting on the bicycle. The bike belongs to one of the kids down the drive. I must get her one of her own soon. We have beauties in our place for $18. I rearranged our room for the winter, placing Adele's crib where our bureau used to be and the bureau where Adele's crib used to be. I'm not particularly fond of the new arrangement, but it was the best I could do. Now our bureau and vanity are on one wall. I have each piece catty-cornered with the chair from the set standing between the 2 pieces. It makes the room larger, if anything. Now Adele's crib is completely out of any drafts whatever, and I feel lots better. You may have noticed that the type became lighter shortly after the opening sentences. I'm at home now, and though I want to make this a longie, I have little, page 2, taste for letter writing again this evening. I'm deep in the dumps and have been all week. Here's hoping tomorrow will bring some word from you. The Wymans took Mom into town to see a show last night, and she had a grand time. This morning when Adele awoke, the first thing she said was, "Daddy home, socks on," meaning that Daddy should come home and put his socks, the ones in the night table dresser, on. Well, what do you say, Daddy? By the way, you ought to hear your one and only daughter sing. She makes up her own words, too. She reminds me of a bird when she sings. I rode to work with Ann Cohen today. We decided to meet every Wednesday and go to work together. She works from 12 to 9 on Wednesdays. Ann has a junior executive position at Gimbel's and promised to get me a discount on whatever I want to buy at Gimbel's. I'm beginning to think of buying another suit, for I'm becoming mighty tired of my present one, not to mention the hard wear it is getting. I looked at some suits in Gimbel's on Monday when I picked up Adele's corrective shoes at Guiding's. I walked to work from Guiding's and sort of window shopped all the way. However, I found nothing that gave me the urge to buy. Even that little gray suit I told you about was disappointing. All in all, it's been a very disappointing week, and I'm hoping for better things before the week is out. Sorry if I seem to be harping on the subject, sweet, but I'm so anxious to hear from you, I don't know what to do with myself. I love you so much, baby, and I can't help feeling the way I do. Before I start spilling tears all over this fairly neat letter, I shall just say night and be devotedly your Ev. P.S. Didn't do so bad after all. Philip to Evelyn, 18 October 1944. Dearest Chippy, last night after supper I went to see Sweet Rosie O'Grady. It's a pretty entertaining film and I enjoyed it. When I came out I could have kicked myself for neglecting to bring a flashlight along, because it was raining and the moonless night was black as pitch. I could never have found my way back to the hut if it weren't for the fact that an occasional bicycle or vehicle went by to light up the road for an instant. It certainly was good to get back to the warmth and comparative comfort of the hut. I played with the idea of getting off a letter to Jack N., but I was too content to just hang around the stove and keep warm. I spent all today checking personnel records. Right now I'm waiting for the CQ to sew up so I may take off. The show tonight is Once Upon a Time, which I have seen and don't care to see again. Instead, I think I'll change into Class A's and take in the regular Wednesday evening dance at the Aero Club. It's been a few weeks now since I've been, so I'm kinda hungry for some good old jive. For the second day running, there was no mail from anyone. That package of bottles and nipples is about a week overdue, and I'm beginning to wonder if it'll ever get here. Don't know what else to write about right now, honey, so I'll say a fond good night for the nonce, with the reminder that I love you dearly. Kiss the pumpkin for your Phil.